G'day guys, welcome back to the Fallen Supercoach YouTube channel. Today we are going to be discussing round 6 trades. Before we start, I just want to extend my thoughts and love to the Dawson family. Just a truly awful situation this week. I don't think it's too appropriate for me to say much more on the incident than that, so I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, sending love and thoughts and feelings to the Dawson family. So today in this video, we're going to be discussing round 5 trades. The team sheets have come out. Naturally, it is more carnage for me, but we'll get into it. So firstly, on Thursday night, nothing too crazy. Dirksen omitted, not really surprising. But yeah, then nothing too strange in this game. Jake's in for Butterick for the Dogs. And the carnage for me is Brian Myers is injured. So I trade into Brian Myers, who has a Monday game. Geelong doesn't report the injury all week. Then I get 2 bad scores because he's injured and a DNP. Absolutely filthy about this. When is Geelong going to get punished for their lack of injury disclosure? So I'm absolutely disgusted with this. And because it's only come out today, there's no news on the injury. So I have no other information. I just have to hold for a week and cop it. So pretty disgusted with that, but it is what it is. Hopefully he'll be better next week. Sydney versus the Giants. Don't know what the AFL is doing, by the way, with a clash in this game, but that's been done to death in the media, so I won't add to it. Nothing of super relevance here. Although Lek Alir appears to be in for Cadman, which is very interesting. All right, so Suns, Petrarca back, Humph back. So Goulburn omitted, Davies omitted, Closey omitted I'm a little bit surprised with, and then Anderson was... he had the appendix out. They brought in Oscar Adams, who I believe is a tall defender, which I guess makes sense, particularly if they're going to swing McAndrew into the ruck a bit more. And then Pryor managed Sardell Julian. No changes to Essendon, so Thomas Edwards did hold if that's the way you want to go. For the Hawks, we've got a Will McCarb debut. I don't know what... I believe he's a key forward, so it's forward for forward. And... okay, and Flynn Perez held. Interesting. I will admit, I like the balance of this back six a lot more without Scrimshaw, although I am a little bit of a Scrimshaw hater. So I don't know if that clouds my personal judgment, but I think I will actually go Flynn Perez then instead, which is very risky, but reality is, like, how much cash am I going to be losing from what's-his-face? Thomas Edwards? Like, it's going to be slow cash. It's not going to be much. And then Crows versus Saints. So we got the one change of St Kilda that is wholly irrelevant. Charlie Edwards is a 120k rookie, so we could see him get to the bubbles. That'd be interesting because obviously Soligo's out. Obviously, don't know how long Dawson's out for. Wouldn't be appropriate to even speculate. I am going to trade Dawson for the reason that I don't know how long he's going to be out for, and I don't think he's a top 12 or so midfielder anyway, so I'm just going to cash him in. With Myers out, I have to think about what I'm going to do there, but that's basically my plan for this week. And is there anything else? So yeah, Soligo out as well. So Edwards may hold over Soligo, who is injured again. Bond in for Hinge, and then Butts in for Ball Ace. And we have the Sunday game. So Banch omitted, which is a touch stiff. And I presume that that's just Doveston in. I don't know. I think Doveston had a good game in the twos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, there's no way they drop Blamires, right? That would just be criminal. And then on this side, we got Trainer omitted, Hopper managed. So we got, I think Rechko is actually debuting. That was mentioned during the week on a weird VFL post. I don't know how legitimate it is. But yeah, that's another 120k rookie who there was a lot of good things said about in the preseason, and then he looked dreadful in the practice game. So I don't know how he'll go. Hopper managed. Is this managed or omitted? I think that's not worth discussing because it's not Supercoach relevant. So moving on. So Melbourne v Brisbane. Zorko out. I presume the answer is just Answorth in. Who's named on field? Is Ty Gallop named on field? He is. Again, I don't understand how Ty Gallop plays over Zach Kostelski, but that is what it is. So Xavier Taylor debut has been confirmed. In terms of the other outs, I suspect that McDonald out means Petty swung back to defense because he's a hopeless forward. And I think it means Luca Kenfield will be in. Yeah, he's named on the bench with Max Heath, but they're just in number order. I think Kenfield will actually play, and he's a 120k rookie, and I think he has reasonable scoring power. So definitely one to keep in the back of your mind. The reasonable scoring power comes from his contested marking ability and the fact that he's playing ruck relief. So yeah, just definitely one to keep in mind there. Melksham and Salem injured, so it's Xavier Taylor in for Salem. I'm expecting Kenfield in for McDonald. And it's probably Laurie or Henderson in for... I guess it could be Jefferson as well, in for Melksham. I'm hoping it's as small as a Melbourne supporter, but I'm not sure. And then West Coast v Freo. So we got Milan Murdoch in. And then I have no idea how the other changes will go. I presume it's going to be Elliot Yeo in for Graham, Milan for Dev Rob, and Cripps in for... excuse me. And Cripps in for Schonberg. So that's what I would estimate. That's what I would guess. I don't know if I would be hoping Ryan Marich isn't playing, given he can't defend, and that sounds bad for young Josh Lindsay, but I will hold the faith. And then I just expect this is Young and Cox in for Darcy and O'Meara. All right, so that's teams. What am I doing with trades? So what I want to do firstly is I just want to check the buy round. So no one from Richmond is relevant. And I can't really go on anyone from GWS this week. There's no relevant premiums in this pool apart from Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Houston, Jordan Clark, and Connor McDonald. Do I want to go there? It just depends. I don't know if this is... I don't know if Connor McDonald's pickable, to be honest. Then round 15, I'm sort of expecting to have Grundy by this point. Maybe Heaney. I don't think I can afford Roberts. And I think I prefer Worrell anyway. And Zach Bailey's going to lose his CBAs. Because this, I was thinking of trading in Cozzy Pickett, but this buy round's really bad. But I guess, the last buy round doesn't matter as much. Because it'd be Gawn, Pickett, Flanders, Sinclair, Nass, Myers, Bont, Ed Richards potentially. That's 8 players that I could go. I probably won't go Ed Richards, so let's say 7. And depending on how long Myers is out for, he may be a sideways anyway. Anyway, I'm trading out these 3 players, so let's just do that really quickly. Tracker into the forward line. Watkins got dropped, I believe, which is good. So I'm going to do this. I want Worrell. So this is where I'm going with this. Probably got very lucky with that 68. I'm going to go Flynn Perez. Is he defender status? Why can't I find Flynn Perez? Is he defender? Wait, hold on. What is happening here? Oh, he's defender. Ooh. Because I have no DPP, I can't actually get Flynn Perez if I want Worrell. Wait, maybe I can. Hold on. Trade. Swap. Trade. Swap. Yeah, okay. We can do this. Okay, Worrell. Swap. Perez. Which means I can field Lindsay and Jakes. And then it leaves me with good cash for a forward. Actually, can I get Finn Callahan? No, Callahan has 2 tags. I can't go there anyway. I could go Nas just. I kind of want to hold cash. Nas, for those who are interested in Nas, he came off the track with maybe a leg issue, but they say the club is saying he's been managed, and it looks like Max Michelini is going to be tagging him. So I'm going to wait for Nas. The question is, who do I go here? Well, my forward line is kind of bad, so I think I should be still getting a forward. Like, there's just no way this scoring keeps up with Will Day back, right? I think I just go Cozzy Pickett. And I just deal with the... I just deal with it. With the round 16 bye when it comes. Come on, Supercoach. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think going Perez is risky, but it's cheaper, better roll. So I'm sort of willing to roll the dice on it. As I said, I am a anti-Scrimshaw player. It's also worth noting that, if we go to Hawthorn here, like, Amon's had injury troubles. Sicily maybe gets managed at some point. Obviously, Scrimshaw's had his fair share of injuries as well. Like, I'm willing to take the punt on this. And then I think next week, we'll probably have... We have Angus Anderson, but I think next week is a boost week for almost everyone. Yeah, Watkins omitted, thank goodness. Because we're going to get a look at Edwards. Maybe Edwards is good enough to hold. I think going early on Edwards would be potentially catastrophic, given how much of a terrorist Nix has been with young players in the past. Like, maybe we get Rechko. I think Kenfield will be good. And we get a look at Xavier Taylor as well. That's kind of it, though. I was expecting a couple more this week, if I'm going to be honest. That's fine, though. We will take that. I don't know if these trades have gone through. Yeah, they have. Okay, so... It sounds like Todd Marshall's playing in defense this week. So I guess I do this. I want Murdoch on field. Let's do this. And I need to switch it to a defender that gets locked out last. Clark. We need Farrow on field. And then do I want Blamires against Richmond or Sarong against Sydney? I can loop because Watkins is out. Glorious. So we're going to set up like this, and I can loop with Watkins. I can actually loop Lombard and Philippou as well. So I'm going to do that. I can't loop in defense, but that's fine. So that is how I'm going to captains. So I'm going Dacos. I have a very good feeling about Nick Dacos tonight. There's no one in there that can tag him, so we're going to run that. And I'm going to take Sheasel against Richmond. Just because I don't think there's any, like... there's no way this is less than a 130, right? The other options for me are like Gawn, but I don't really love this Draper matchup, with Draper looking a lot fitter. Butters against Hawthorn I don't love. I don't love Holmes against the Dogs, although it's probably not too bad. And then, like, I think Sinclair versus Adelaide is a sneaky good option as well. But I'm just not going to go there. And I think Petrarca against Essendon is also a good option. There's lots of good options this week. The one that I don't have that is the best option for captains this week is Brodie Grundy. If you have Brodie Grundy, he should be in your captain's rotation for this week. So that is how I am lining up. Thank you all for watching. Good luck this round. And I will see you on Monday. Maybe I'll do a mid-round review. We'll see. You may see me on Sunday morning. You may see me Monday night. But I will leave you guys to it. Good luck this round. And see you next time. Bye, guys.